Question tag. As you know that, first of all, we have to know that what is question tag. Question tag. Everyone know. Question tag, that means the statement. The statement where is used comma blank space, that means under space, and the question mark and the question mark. As in, we can say that there must be a statement, then there must be a comma and a blank space underline, and there must be a question mark, and this form of comma, blank space and the question mark are the tag format. Tag format. Now you will study how to add a suitable question tag in grammar. First of all, we have to keep the knowledge of conversion of sentence, that means transformations from affirmative to negative. First of all, we have to know about affirmative to negative, that I have taught through these YouTube classes before. Today, I'm going to teach question tag. Now, step 1. First of all, we have to learn to know the statement that is question tag or not. If there is a comma and a blank space and the question mark, then it is called the question tag. Once again, if there is comma and the blank space and the question mark, then it's called question tag. And this step is gonna step 1, and now step 2. Normal changing and adding of question tag. Normal changing and adding of question tag. According to this rule, normal changing and adding of question tag, we have to know about that. Step 1. If there is affirmative verb in a statement, there is used or added negative form of verb in tag. Now you are looking here. If there is the affirmative verb in a statement, there is used negative form of verb in tag. Once again, I am repeat. If there is a affirmative verb in a statement, there is used negative form of verb in tag. That means, as a hint, you can see here a statement. That means subject plus verb plus object. It must be, if the statement is affirmative. If the statement is affirmative, then we have to add the question tag. Tag must be negative. If the given statement is affirmative, tag must be negative. As example, you can see here. Example: I am not am. I am a student. I am a student, and you have to add suitable question tag. As you know that am, I am a student. Am is auxiliary verb, and it is also an action verb. Am plays the role of main verb and auxiliary verb also. And I am a student, it is a affirmative sentence. And to change into tag, first of all, we have to change it into negative. And negative, on the rules of affirmative negative, am is changed into amount. But according to the rule of question tag, am is changed into negative as aren't. Aren't and I is written in capital letter. Aren't I. Another example we can see here. You are a bad student. You are a bad student. Now, you are a bad student. R is affirmative and R is changed into negative. That means aren't. And you is written as you. Aren't you. It is a step 1, 2. Now, I'm going to teach step 3 here. I'm going to teach step 3. In step 3, if there is negative statement, tag must be affirmative. If there is negative statement, tag must be affirmative. That means same format of if am is changed into aren't, R is changed into aren't. That means R was affirmative and aren't was negative. Am was affirmative and aren't was negative. Therefore, similarly, we have to change here. If there is negative, there is written affirmative. If there is negative, there is written affirmative. So if there is negative statement, tag must be affirmative. That means statement, we can say here statement. If the statement is negative and subject plus verb, that means negative verb. Subject plus, if there is negative verb and then object, the tag, this verb must be changed into affirmative. Must be. As example, you can see here same. I amn't a student. I amn't a student. Then you have to add a question tag here, suitable question tag here. Now you are looking, I am not a student. I am not a student. That means it is in negative format. And we have to change the negative format in affirmative. That means am. And then you have to write subject, I, same subject. Then the subject is written here, am I. As you know that I is always written in capital letter if I is alone in the sentence or a statement. And another is, if there is am in a statement, we have to change into aren't according to the rule of question tag. Listen once again. If there is am in the statement as a positive, then you have to change the am into aren't in negative. And if there is amount in negative, we have to change amount into am. I hope you understand. You can see another example here. That means you are a bad student. That means you aren't a bad student. You aren't a bad student. You can look here. You aren't a bad student. That means aren't. Aren't. In this statement, aren't is negative, and we have to change the aren't into affirmative. That means are. We have to omit not, and you is written as same as possible. Are you? Yes, it is possible. It was step 3. Now look once again. Tag is much known as comma, blank space, and the question mark. And step 2, we have to learn about the changes and transformations of the statement. If the statement is affirmative, we have to add the suitable question tag into negative. And if there is a statement of negative, we have to change the statement into affirmative on the basis of and on the rules of question tag. And now I'm going to choose step 4. Step 4, question tag is very easy, not too hard. I hope you understand my teaching. Now I'm going to teach you step 4. Now ready. Step 4. Step 4 is the most important thing. There are only written small letters while adding question tag. There are only written small letters while adding question tag. If you need to add the suitable question tag in the statement and so sentence, then you have to learn it first. You have to add only question tag, small letters question tag. The capital letters are not allowed. But I is a letter and it is also a word. I is written in capital letter if it is alone in the statement. If there is I written in the statement alone, it is written in capital. For example, I. For example, I am a boy. I am a boy. M is changed into R and M is affirmative. Then you have to use aren't, negative, and I. Aren't I? Example B. She isn't a doctoress. She is not a doctor. You can also say doctor, doctoress. It does not matter. She isn't a doctor. Isn't is affirmative. Sorry, negative. Then you have to change into affirmative. Is not, it is negative. You have to change it in affirmative. And C is written as same than C because it is a pronoun. And you cannot write the capital letter here, aren't. If you write like that, aren't I, it must be wrong. If you write is C, it must be wrong because I is capital. But I is not alone here. I is used with S. Therefore, if I is alone, you can write. You can write I in capital letter. But if I is written with another letter, then you cannot write. Now I'm going to teach you step 5. Step 5. The another changes of question tag or verb. The another changes of question tag or verb. Please comment and watch carefully and listen carefully. Step 5. Change of verb. Change of action verb of statements. Change of action verbs of statements. If there is a statement question tag. If there is in a statement do, you have to write don't. If there is does, then you have to write doesn't. If there is did, we have to write didn't. And subject always comes before do, does or did. Then you have to change same subject. Question tag. If there is subject and after subject there is don't, you have to write it in do. If there is doesn't, you have to write it in does. And if there is did, you have to write it in did. Then you have to write the subject as same as possible. It must be the question tag. For example, we can see here. I do it well. I do it well. You can see do. Do is in affirmative form. Therefore, we have to write don't in small letters, and I is written as same in capital letter. Another example, you did it well. Here is did. It is also plays the action verb and the auxiliary verb, but in this statement it is known as the action verb did. So you can write did into didn't, and you have to write the subject as same. Subject is you, then you have to write you. I did well, don't I? You did it well, didn't I? Didn't you? And another, you can see here, she does it well. Same as possible, does is changed into doesn't, and she becomes constant. It is never changed. Now I'm going to teach you step 6. Step 6 of question tag. I'm going to teach you step 6 of question tag. It is also very easy, not more hard. Question tag. Changes of M. Change of M. It must be a statement, and as question tag. Statement. If there is M in question tag, it is changed into aren't. If there is amount in question tag, it is changed only in M, not in R. And if subject are written as same. in question tag. Example you have learnt before on the first step. Now in step 7, step 1, 2, step 3, step 4, step 5, and step 6 we have learned. Now I'm going to teach you step 7. It is the most important step. Step 7 that I'm going to teach you, it is must and very important. Step 7. Step 7. In step 7 I'm going to teach you the change of imperative sentence. Change of imperative sentence. Change of imperative sentence. It is the most interesting and important change of imperative sentence. As you know that, what do you mean by imperative sentence? First of all, I'm going to teach you imperative sentence, and you can watch the video before. What imperative sentence? First of all, you have to learn about what is imperative sentence. The sentence that gives an order, suggestions, wishes, advises is known as imperative sentence. Is known as imperative sentence. Now look once again. The sentence that gives an order, suggestions, wishes, advices is known as imperative sentence. It finally starts with verb 1, late, must be let's, must be please, kindly, do or don't. Imperative sentence may start with verb 1, late, let's, please, kindly, do and don't. As you know that the example of imperative sentence, examples of imperative: do it. It is an imperative sentence. Go there. Imperative sentence. Please help me. Imperative sentence. Obey your teachers. Imperative sentence. Let us help you. Imperative sentence. Let's play the game. Imperative sentence. They all are examples of imperative sentence. We have learned that imperative sentence, the definition of imperative and the example imperative. And now I am going to teach you the changes of imperative. Changes of imperative sentences into tag question. Change of imperative sentences into tag questions. Now, a statement question tag. Here, changes of imperative sentences into tag question. It is very important. Here is statement and question tag. If the question tag is imperative or started with verb 1, there is used will you. The subject doesn't matter in this format. If the given statement is imperative, it is changed into will you. It doesn't matter what the subject. But if that statement is started with let and imperative, then there is used will you. But if the statement that started with let's, then you have to write shall we, not you, not y or u, just w and e. If the statement is normal imperative, that means it may be started with verb 1, do, go, read, sleep, then you have to add will you in question tag. And if the statement is started by let, then you have to write will you. But if there is less in the first of the statement in question tag, we have to write shall we. You have to write shall we in question tag. If it is started with don't plus verb 1, then you have to write will you. For example, we can look here in our examples. Do it. What is the question tag of do it? Do is started with verb 1. If do is started with verb 1, it is imperative sentences. And the statement is started by verb 1, do. Then you have to write not don't. Do is not written as don't. It is an imperative sentence because there is not any subject before do. Therefore, you can say that the sentence is only an imperative sentence. Then you have to write will you. Go there. There is not a subject. The sentence is started by verb 1, go. Then you have to write will you. Please help me. Please is the word that makes everyone feel about anything else. So I have to write will you. You know why? Because help is the verb 1 and there is not any subject before the verb. So it is an imperative sentence. And as the rules of tag question tag, we have to write will you before imperative sentence. Now obey your teachers. Obey is also verb 1. Then you have to use will you. Let us help you. It is started by let. You have learned that if there is let, you have to write will you. So right here, will you. And let's play the game. That is known as let us play the game. But the written let's. In the above, let and us are different, but let's in the same line, in the same tones. Let's. You learn that let us, but it is only pronounced that let's. And if there is less in the imperative sentence at the first, then not write shall we. Then write shall we. It is very easy. I mean, once example. Cut her. Cut is verb 1 and her is object, and verb 1 plus object is imperative sentence. And if there is imperative, then you have to use will you. It's me, Rupesh Shah. You can contact me. I did the number 9861213644, and another number is 9825854485. And there is also my email. You can email also me to ask me any questions or problems. Rupesh Shah 424@gmail.com. You can visit me on Facebook, WhatsApp, Viber, or the YouTube. My YouTube channel name is Rupesh Shah English Teacher.